The biggest lies I believed about my ADHD, oh my gosh, just try harder. I would hear that more than anything else. It felt like I was pushing this square peg through this triangle hole constantly. All anyone saw was the peg not coming out of the hole. For me, it felt like I was putting in more effort than I ever have in my entire life. And they would think, you're just not even trying, just try harder. What's wrong with you? That was something that really bothered me. Another stigma lie that I had believed was that I needed medication in order to perform better with my ADHD. Not only did I perform better without ADHD medication, I've made an entire career out of helping people manage their executive functioning without medication. The thing that helped me realize that was just working on my executive functioning, being more intentional of a thinker, working on my discipline, and then just focusing on consistency while lowering my expectations. Another one was you're just being lazy. I would hear that all the time. And it would hurt because I spend 12-hour days at least, not even going to the bathroom or eating because I was so passionate about making music or working on my business. But people would keep seeing me struggling really badly to answer one email or making a phone call to a dentist, and they'd assume, well, you must be lazy. The 0% or 100% mentality, where you either have 0% motivation or 100% motivation and you're stuck with it. I'm not gonna say that that's the lie, but the lie for me was really that I believed that I was gonna be stuck with that. And I would later on in my life find out, when I started specializing in working on my executive functioning, that if you just work on that and asking yourself honestly, what steps can I actually do to make this happen easily for me? Asking that really helped me figure out, maybe I don't need to live by the stigma of the world and do things the way that they always say. Maybe there's a way that actually works for me, even if it doesn't seem conventional. Like maybe literally stopping midway through my homework and just going to the gym to work out for 20 minutes and coming back can actually help me. Whereas most people might think, what are you doing? You're not using your time wisely. Well, for me, that's the thing that's gonna make the difference between not being able to finish this assignment and finishing it. I had to reach my highest expectations, otherwise I was a failure. I struggled with imposter syndrome for a long time. I would constantly make this bad habit of saying, I have to be up here. What's the highest possible place I could be in my life? I had to expect myself, you gotta be there or you're nothing. And then I'd eventually hit it many years down the line. And then it didn't even matter because like when you reach the top of one mountain, you're standing on the top and you realize there's a whole lot of other higher mountains now. And now I'm comparing to that. This constant comparison will totally destroy your progress. I'll tell you right now, as someone who has coached over 1,100 people and has ADHD myself, every single client I've had that has done well has only done well when they've done one thing, and that was when they let go of their expectations. It was really hard because I thought, this is my safety net. If I don't have these expectations making me feel like I'm a bigger deal than I am, I'm gonna feel really small and I'm gonna feel like I don't really matter in this world. But it's not true at all. Your value has nothing to do with what you do, because if it did, then circumstances would change people's value and that wouldn't make any sense. Like how someone had a bad day and didn't say hello to you makes you less valuable. So I figured, why not just focus on what it looks like to be that kind of person that is there. Work on my character and improving my habits 1% a day. If I could do that, I just knew that I could be better. And the biggest lie I told myself was that I was broken. It's not true. I thought, I'm gonna be this way forever. I remember waking up every day just thinking, I'm screwed. I felt like a left-handed person in a right-handed world. And the world kept trying to change me and force me into being this right-handed person when I, no matter what I did, sucked at using my right hand, for example, right? But the change in my life only started to really happen when I did one thing. And that was when I said, you know what? I'm a left-handed person, for example, and I said, what happens if I just embrace being left-handed? Could I be as good as the world is trying to force me to be with my right hand? And what happened was I got really, really good at managing my ADHD really fast. I was no longer investing my time in the things that were wasting it. Nobody can force you to like a food that you just absolutely can't stand. Let's focus on what you can control, who you really are, Embrace that. Look, if you have ADHD, you're not broken. The thing that's actually gonna help me progress with my ADHD and manage my executive functioning is by embracing the left-handedness that I am. Once you do that, you open your eyes to see the things that you've been closing towards the whole time. It's like, wow, I apparently now leaving a bunch of tabs open actually does help me. Even though everyone says it's cluttering my desktop, well, it helps me organize and I know where all the tabs are. It actually helps me feel less anxious. So I'm gonna do that. There are so many little things like that. So my challenge for you is to go out and write down what those things are. Please do not believe these lies. You deserve better. I am begging you, please let go of these lies. As soon as you let them go and you embrace that ADHD person you really are, you will thrive. I promise you. Like and subscribe to this video if you found it valuable. Leave a comment below of which belief you tell yourself the most. And if you want any help at all, I have a link in the description below where you can get free tools to help you with your mastering your executive functioning. I have coaching, all kinds of options for you. I believe in you. You've got this. Later, neighbors.